Rodrigo says, "Oh boy, didn't I tell you to get those things out of here? How are we going to need the dough like this?" And the man replied, "You just keep bothering me saying you're going to do things, and end up doing nothing." And Rodrigo says, "Do that." Rodrigo finds some money and takes it and says, "Oh gringo, do you know where the blueprint for the work is?" The man replied, "I don't know, and there are only lazy people here." The gringo says, "Is he going to leave all this here for me to do alone? I don't realize that." The gringo picks up his phone and calls his wife and says, "Love, today we're going to that restaurant that you like. Today we're going to have a beer and eat the shrimp that you like, and let me tell you, get ready, put on a nice outfit, that today we're going out to celebrate, and I think we're going to go for a stretched out because as you know I'm running from missing you, and here's the thing, I got some money, and it doesn't matter how I got it, I got that money, and we're going to hang out and say goodbye." When he turns around he comes face to face with his boss, who asks him, "Hey gringo, what are you doing here?" He says, "It's nothing, I was just in the bathroom." And the boss says, "Hey gringo, I think you're wrong. The bathroom isn't here, it's not upstairs." And he says, "I got a little confused, but I've already been upstairs, but I had to spend a bit here in the little room, but that was it." And the boss says, "Okay, now go back to your gringo service." Rodrigo says, "The cricket arranges these things properly, the guy just works all day, he doesn't know how to enjoy life like we do, and he does it right in." And the gringo says, "That cricket has no way, look there, he doesn't stop, rest a little man, it's the same as here, just keep moving back and forth, that's why you're losing weight like that." And the man says, "Let me work." Rodrigo says, "Now I'm going to tell you something, what about this Kayuri? Is that a person's name? I've never seen a woman want to be a construction worker, for God's sake, she had to be at home taking care of a child, taking care of a dish or washing clothes, but she's not at work, and that doesn't work." And the gringo replied, "I'm going to have to agree with you on that, these slick girls only go to college, they're all daddy's girls, and they already think they're master builders or engineers. I don't know how to say that, I don't agree with that. Not for me, I had to be taking care of the house or her big-bellied children." Rodrigo says, "Yeah, I can't understand these things," and he shouts, "Oh cricket, you stay quiet there and don't get involved in things, and let me tell you, today, I took 8 bags of mortar and put everything inside the car for me to take." The gringo says, "You're saying that you got all of this, right? I got 3 boxes of flooring, it was just the good stuff, I thought I'm going to fix my little pull, and I don't want to know. We're working like beasts here, and the boss doesn't give us much morale, and when I have another opportunity, I'll take it anyway." And Rodrigo says, "If you knew, at the beginning of this work here I took so many blocks, and took everything home, but I'll tell you one thing, you have to take everything calm down. Because if that woman takes it, our house falls." And the gringo says, "Let's help me get those things from there before she catches us here." And Rodrigo says, let's go." The boss gathered all the employees and said, "So, guys, I gathered you all here because something very serious is happening in this work, and I need to talk to you about it." And Rodrigo says, "You can speak, boss, we are here to listen to you, but if you can be quick, because we have a lot of things to do." And the gringo says, "That's right, and I don't like these things, so let's go soon." And the boss says, "I called you here to talk about the money I put up here, but he disappeared, and I need this money because I am going to use it to buy the materials for the work, and something else, I have noticed that the materials for the work are disappearing, and how am I going to continue the work if they are disappearing, and I need to know what is happening here." The gringo says, "Look ma'am, I don't like these things, and say that someone took something, and for me that's not right. I like my things straight, and that's what I have to say, and if someone took something it must be that cricket there, because he doesn't fit in." And the boss says, "Look at the money that was here on top of this table, and it had more than 3,000 reis, and if that money doesn't show up here and now, I'll have to search you, and today nobody will, although this money doesn't show up, and look, if this money doesn't show up I'm going to have to call the police, and let's go guys, I want to see everyone's pocket." The gringo says, Boss, let's start with myself. Here's my wallet, my documents, my keys. I don't have anything here myself, and if anyone took anything it was that thief over there. And Rodrigo says, I don't have anything either, and the cricket says, I didn't catch anything. I don't know why they are there accusing me, and I'm sure I didn't take it. Taking it out of his pocket, he sees the money, and asks himself, I don't know how it ended up here. And Rodrigo says, there you see, I knew it, I knew it. His way of not wanting to be hangs out with nobody, and the gringo says, I was already suspicious of that, and that way of him, he's acting like a poor thing. The cricket says, no boss, I swear I don't know how that money ended up here, and, even more so, this whole account. And the boss says, look at that, cricket, you're the new person in charge of the work. Rodrigo laughs, and says, have you seen that? We spend all day working here, and a citizen takes the money and gets promoted. Have you seen that? The gringo says, no boss, everything is wrong here. He was caught with the money here in front of us, and how is he now promoted? Cricket says, Mrs. I found this money here. I don't know if it's yours or someone else's here at work. I'm returning it. And your boss says, thank you very much. And congratulations on your honesty, may you always remain like this. And he replied, that this, boss, is the least you expect from a person who has principles and lets me get back to work. The boss says, this was just a test. All this money I put here, I saw you two taking it, and look, I want you to return it before you leave my work, and I never want to see you at mine again. Work. And Rodrigo says, so stay there with that little employee of yours. And the gringo says, I'm tired of this work. And they leave. The cricket says, Mrs. The money they took must be here, and by the way you said it, you must already know everything, and they must have put it in when I wasn't looking. The boss says, congratulations you for your attitude, and I'm sure I need people like you in my work. And he says, boss, I'm going back to my job, but first I want to thank you, because this promotion will help me a lot, because the salary is higher and I really need it because my son is sick and I didn't have money to buy the medicine, but now I'm going to get it. And the boss says, calm down you. I wanted to congratulate you, and I want to give you that money. I'm sure that he will be missed more by you than by me. And you says, not that I'm going to earn that now with my work. And the boss says, I insist, you can take it. And you says, I'll accept it then, because I really need it, and thanks.